I'm Corey from Super Kami Guru 9000, and welcome to Star Wars for 100 Days, the ultimate countdown to the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Today we're going to continue my review series of Star Wars Clone Wars, the hit animated series from 2003, from Cartoon Network and famed animator Genndy Tartakovsky. Today we're going to take a look at Chapter 7, Episode 7 of Star Wars Clone Wars, which featured the electrifying defeat of Asajj Ventress, as well as her rise to power. Okay, so this week's episode was awesome. It was Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus, versus Asajj Ventress. Now, there was no way that Asajj Ventress was going to be able to defeat Dooku, but the build-up to their battle was so classic, and I love all of the callbacks to classic lines from the series, especially because at the beginning of this episode, it immediately picks up from last week, where Asajj Ventress just got done killing all of these aliens in this giant gladiatorial pit, and she claims that she is a Sith. However, Count Dooku does mention that this can be imitated, and he knows that she's not a Sith because he can sense all of the fear within her. A classic callback to the Yoda line when he was meeting Anakin Skywalker for the very first time. Asajj Ventress decides to charge right at Dooku, and then he suddenly just electrifies her, just completely destroys her. After this, we are whisked away to Count Dooku's personal penthouse, which is pretty damn nice looking, I have to admit. And Asajj Ventress wakes up and she sees her two lightsabers on the table. As soon as she gets them, she immediately gets into a lightsaber duel with Count Dooku, who predictably just completely annihilates her. She does not stand a chance against the ultimate Sith Master himself, and eventually she is defeated when she's force-pushed away and has both of her lightsabers completely destroyed. Just as Count Dooku is about to finish off Asajj Ventress, suddenly the battle is interrupted by Darth Sidious, the Lord of the Sith himself. His entrance is also very nice and creepy, which is very fitting for the character. It's basically just a hologram of himself, which is attached to this spider-walking droid. Very similar to that one scene in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, where he delivers his classic chilling line, "Wipe them out. All of them." Darth Sidious is very impressed with what Asajj Ventress has accomplished in her battles against all of the alien creatures and Count Dooku himself, so they have decided to take the Dark Jedi under their wing and use her as a test bed for Anakin Skywalker. Her first mission is to try and find the young Jedi and to kill him, although we pretty much know how that's going to turn out. But their actual battle is going to be very impressive. What I really love about this episode, though, is the attention to detail. Not just the action scenes, but just the gift that they give to Asajj Ventress. You know, after her two lightsabers are destroyed, they decide to give her a brand new pair of red lightsabers, which have these black and white stripes all over them. And if there's anyone out there who's a fan of the expanded universe of Star Wars, you might actually recognize these two lightsabers as the ones that belong to Kamari Vosa. She was the leader of this gang known as the Bando Gora, and she was eventually killed and defeated by legendary Mandalorian and bounty hunter Jango Fett, who then went on to be the entire basis for the Clone Wars. Safe to say, Count Dooku keeps a lot of his acquaintances very close, and he decided to take his old pupil's weapons and present them as a gift to Asajj Ventress, who will go on to be one of the most popular Dark Jedi in the entire series. This week's episode was ominous, evil, and exciting, and I especially loved the setting of it, especially that weird penthouse place that Dooku had. The overall look of it kind of reminded me of Geonosis, how it basically looks like the inside of a cave, but it still has modern conveniences and really interesting architecture. Just the way the wind blows in and blows actually against the curtains is just real ominous before Count Dooku just decides to appear from out of nowhere like a killer in a slasher movie, when both him and Asajj Ventress have this amazing lightsaber battle, which unfortunately she doesn't really do much, but Count Dooku is one hell of a lightsaber dueler. What I will say is this week's episode was very exciting, firmly established that Asajj Ventress is going to be a mainstay of the series, and is also getting ready to set up a big confrontation with her and Anakin Skywalker. But that is a discussion for another day. I will say, though, that this episode is absolutely mandatory viewing. It goes perfect with the previous episode, and is a great build-up to things to come in this amazing animated series. But before you guys leave today, I want to hear your thoughts about Chapter 7 of Clone Wars. Wars. What do you think about the character of Asajj Ventress? Do you think that she actually loses to Count Dooku a little too easily? Do you think Count Dooku is really that just much stronger than she is? And what are your favorite episodes of Clone Wars, and what do you want to see from the brand new Star Wars movie, Star Wars: The Force Awakens? Please tell me in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching my review. Make sure to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.